I seen this video of this man explaining that the reason why men wait till you're mentally exhausted and about ready to check out of the relationship to suddenly start acting right and doing everything that they've been asking you to do is because they didn't think you were serious. Let that sink in, but let me finish. They didn't think that you would ever seriously get up and leave. He basically went on to say that at that point, when you're mentally exhausted and really about to leave, is the only time they realize that you are serious and really about to leave. And so I have my thoughts on this that I'm going to share here. While this may be true that men only respond to actionable consequences, example, you getting up and walking away when you say you're going to walk away, then they do empty threats and you talking or begging or pleading with him, or even what they call quote unquote nagging. And while all that is true, why does a woman have to make a man suffer the consequences of no longer having her in order for a man to realize that he doesn't want to lose her? Why must you as a man face the risk of losing her to finally try and act right? Where is your integrity and moral compass to just act right on your own and treat a woman that you said you want right on your own? To me, all that says is that you as a man don't really love her. You love the idea of having her. And men that act like that, I feel is why there is so much toxic dating advice out there. It's like they're painting a picture that this is how all men act. No men have integrity. A man is not going to be afraid to lose you unless you come in and give him a reason why he doesn't want to lose you. To me, that just doesn't make sense, and it has never made sense. Why must I, as a woman, bend over backwards, do the most just to make sure that you aren't afraid of losing me, just to make sure that you want to stay with me? Why am I trying to keep a man that doesn't want to be kept? Why is the responsibility always placed on the woman to perform and to act right and to make a man want to keep her and not want to lose her? I just feel like that women should choose the man that doesn't act like that. Choose a man that's a good man for himself on his own. Choose a man who you don't have to keep your foot on his neck to make him act right. You shouldn't be begging and pleading and doing all that for a man. You shouldn't be performing to make a man want to stay. He should want to stay on his own. And if he doesn't, that's not your fault. That's just him not wanting to be there. And so, ladies, yes, leave the first time and don't keep talking and begging. But also, choose the men that you don't have to play these type of games with. Men that just get it right the first time. Men that know on their own that they don't want to ever lose you. Men that won't risk losing you like that. Men that you don't mentally have to check out with because you're tired of asking for what you know you deserve. Men that know how to cherish you without you having to stand on business. Men that are going to nurture your softness. Because a man that only begins to act right after you've had enough and you are ready to check out was never planning to love you properly anyway. Because if that was the plan, he would have been doing it all along. The pattern is, I treat you like shit, then you threaten to leave me, then I try to act right to get you to stay. And then I go right back to treating you like shit. Then you decide that you're going to leave. Then I decide to act right to get you to stay. That is a pattern. That's not him really loving you. And I need my ladies to wake up to the reality of what is going on. That is a pattern. That's not him really loving you. A man that acts like that was planning to continue to get away with doing the bare minimum for as long as you were going to tolerate it. That sudden change in his behavior is not growth. It's panic. It is his fear of losing access to you, not the fear of losing you. And there is a big difference in that. One is about love and the other is about control. A man suddenly acting right the moment you're ready to walk away. Not him acting right when you're crying to him, begging to him, trying to explain to him what you need from him. But then the moment your energy shifts, the moment you stop chasing him, The moment he feels you slipping away, then suddenly he wants to start showing up. Does that not sound like control to you? That's not love. That's not him not wanting to lose you. If he was planning to love you properly, he would have done so all along. You wouldn't have had to break down for him to finally see your worth. You wouldn't have had to walk away for him to finally see your worth. You shouldn't have to threaten to leave to get him to act right. You shouldn't even have to leave to get him to act right. Because when a man truly loves you, he is going to protect the connection before it is ever in danger. He's not going to wait till shit hit the fan to suddenly start acting right. A man who is never planning to love you properly from the beginning is going to give you the bare minimum as long as you continue to tolerate it. He's going to do just enough to keep you emotionally invested until you finally hit your limit. Love says, I don't want to lose this person because they mean something to me. Control says, I don't want to lose what this person gives me. He does not miss you. He misses the version of you that tolerated his inconsistency. The version of you that gave him chance after chance. The version of you that kept hoping he would change. He's not suddenly getting his act right because he has changed. He's doing it just to get you back, just to see if you've changed. He's trying to test to see if your boundaries are for real this time. To see if you are truly and really done with him. This is why you have to stay firm. You have to remain strict. Because the moment you go back, he learns that that's all he has to do. He realizes that you will accept the pattern of him acting right just to keep you and to keep you from walking out the door. Then him going right back to his bare minimum. And you begging and pleading and crying for him to change again. And then you leave. Then he begs you back and then you come back. He knows it's a cycle that you are willing to continue doing. He realizes that that's all he has to do. That he doesn't really have to change. Do not fall for this panic performance. Don't mistake his fear of losing control over you and your emotions for love. Let him feel the loss. Let him realize that your silence speaks louder than your begging ever did. Because the man that only acts right when you're walking out the door was never planning to love you right while you stayed. Let that sink in. So to wrap this all up, number one, if you say you're going to walk away, do so. Do not become so emotional with men like this. And that actually is coming up on my Healing Sunday. This Sunday, I'm going to talk about not showing emotions to men like this. Back to what I was saying. Don't show your emotions to men like this. Don't cry, beg, and plead for a man to treat you right. Because the moment you start crying and begging and pleading for him to treat you right, for him to listen to you, for him to get it, it's the moment that you are losing control over yourself and he has full control over you and your emotions. Don't do all that crying, begging, and pleading. Say one time what you need if you must. Like say if it's something maybe that's a little small and you say, hey, I don't like that. If you do that again, I'm going to have to walk away. I won't tolerate that in a relationship. If you're going to say that, mean it. Meaning don't do all that crying, begging, and emotional stuff to a man like that. Say one time, and if he fucks up, walk away for real and stay gone. Number two, choose men that you don't have to do all this with. Choose a good man of integrity with his own moral compass to act right and to treat the woman he says he wants to be with right. Majority of the time, men that only act right when they feel they're losing control are men that are only consuming you, not actually committing to you. That's something I talked about in one of my other videos on here that did really well. It's consumption versus committing. Be sure to go check that out. But back to what I was saying. Choose good men. Don't choose men that start off only giving you the bare minimum. Don't choose men that don't meet your standards. Don't choose men that you feel you have to speak up about everything that you need, about everything that he is doing. That is a man that doesn't have a good moral compass on his own. He doesn't have the integrity on his own. And when you say you're going to walk away, walk away. Show him better than you can tell him. You're not missing out on anything. Him doing that little act and performance to get you back, doesn't mean you're missing out on a good quality guy. You're missing out on a guy that plays games, a guy that only knows how to respect you and love you once you're actually walking out the door. This is not a good man. Don't play these games with these men like that. A man that only acts right when you're getting ready to leave, that sounds like playing games. And a lot of dating rules are toxic because of men like that, of trying to get women to keep men like that. No, no. And that's really something I realized when I got in my first healthy relationship with my husband. I realized that I didn't have to, quote unquote, play these little games with him. I realized that I could actually speak on what I need and what I want, and he would do it the first time. I realized that he was a good man on his own. He was a good man of integrity of his own. I realized that I didn't have to love hard. I didn't have to do all this crying and begging and pleading. And I was used to doing that. So I came into this healthy connection doing that with him. And he didn't know how to take all that crying. He was like, he was confused. I was hurting him with this, I'll just leave then, threatening to leave. It's because I didn't know how to express myself and to be vulnerable. And it's because I was so used to playing those toxic ass games. With the right man, with a good man, you don't have to do all of that. It is so peaceful. So don't fall into the trap of playing these games with these men. Don't fall into the trap of make him not want to lose you. You gotta walk away so he can want you back. You have to be unemotional. You only have to be unemotional to men that are playing with you like that are playing with your emotions. A man that is not playing with your emotions, you can cry in front of him. You can tell him that you're hurt, that you're upset, and he is not going to use that against you. So I'm not saying to not be unemotional at all. I'm saying with men like this, that want to play little games with you, they want to act right as soon as you walk away, don't be emotional to men like that. Don't cry to men like that. Protect your emotions. Protect yourself because that man is trying to control you, control your emotions. That's it. He does not love you. That doing all that to get you back is not love. It is control. It is a disrespect to your boundaries. I don't care if you feel like the offense wasn't that bad or he didn't do anything that bad. It doesn't matter. He's not a good guy. You have to believe that. And you have to treat yourself better as well. You have to realize that you do not have to tolerate men like that. That you deserve better than that. Protect yourself and protect your pride. Protect your emotions. Don't let him run game on you. And don't fall into the trap of this tit for tat. Falling for the love bombing all over again for him trying to get you to stay, for him telling you how much he wants you and love you once you're walking away. That is love bombing. That is a game. That is control. Don't fall for it. Okay, ladies? Okay. So, as always, if this resonated with you or you have your thoughts on this as well or you've experienced something like this, drop your comments below so we can build a community to talk about how these men act like this and maybe help another woman. Share this as well with someone else that needs to see it. Hell, you could even share it with that man if you feel like he needs to see it. But no, if he is no contact and you have him blocked, don't share it with him. Okay? Just playing. And I also have my books out where I have my deepest self-reflections. And some of them are about how these men act and also on how you act in your own life. My book is This Is For You, So Much to Unlearn Plus Relearn. And there's also a journal that goes along with it that you can find in the description below. Also, be sure to check out my Healing Sundays episode coming up this Sunday that's going to be on how to be unemotional with men like this. So, that's all I got for this podcast episode, girlfriends. Until the next one, peace out.
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute?